I get a lot of messages from new photographers telling me they're disappointed with their photography. Some even go so far as to say they despair of taking a good image. Now, if this represents you, please don't despair, because great photos are completely achievable. But at first you have to give up your attachment to shooting amazing images. Yes, I know that sounds completely ridiculous, so be patient for the next couple of minutes and let me explain. First off, what causes us to become disappointed? Any disappointment, not just with photography. Think about any time you've been disappointed. What made you feel disappointed? Was it because an image was too dark or not sharp or uninspiring? Maybe it wasn't how you remembered the place. Maybe you've been disappointed because a meal wasn't great or your date didn't show up. It doesn't matter, any disappointment. These are all expectations we have about how something should or should not be. Should is a dreadful word because it implies there's something wrong. For example, the picture should be brighter, should be sharper, should be inspiring. It should be how I remember the place. The food should have been great. My date should have been there. You get the idea. But the truth is, the images and events are what they are, and the fact they didn't or don't meet our expectations leaves us feeling disappointed. And we shouldn't be disappointed, right? It's not fair. I spent all this money and my pictures are crap and my date didn't show up. The key thing here is not the physical aspects, the image or the meal or the date that leave us disappointed. It's the unfulfilled expectation of how they should be. That is what leaves us feeling pissed off, disillusioned and fed up. So please ask yourself this: how often does anything in life match our expectations? It's almost always better or worse or just plain different. When our expectations are exceeded, it's a fantastic feeling. It's like, wow, I got a really good shot. I'm not sure how I did it, but wow, you know? But when things don't live up to our expectations, we get upset, we get fed up and pissed off. So how can you avoid that disappointment? Well, how about giving up unrealistic expectations of how your images should be, so you don't have to beat yourself up about them or think you're no good? Be honest, accept them for what they are right now, this minute, especially if you're a beginner. I mean, would you buy a saxophone and expect to play sexy jazz after just a week or two? Or an airplane? Would you expect to just jump in it and fly off to Brazil? I mean, that would be crazy. So why do you expect these kind of things from your photography? Now, some of you will be saying, but Mike, I've been into photography for years and I still don't take good photos. Well, have you been into photography for years? Really? How many hours a week do you spend on your photography? How often do you watch a video or complete a section of one of my courses, take notes, then go and practice it for an hour? Just watching or going for a walk with your camera, now that doesn't count. I mean really concentrating without distractions on a regular basis. The sexy jazz saxophonist will have practiced over and over and over until their instrument has become a part of themselves. So be brutally honest now. How much dedicated time have you put aside to improve your photography in the last 2 months? And remember, when you look at those breathtaking images, you're not seeing the outtakes, the number of times the photographer revisited a location, the times they got it wrong. You're only seeing the pinnacle of that photographer's work in that instance. There is something else which can disappoint photographers. The glossy advertising campaigns telling us to buy this or that camera because it can shoot all these breathtaking images. And in the hands of an experienced photographer, it certainly can. But for beginner and enthusiast photographers, it can lead us to compare our images with the ones in the advert. Then our brilliant brains say, my images don't look like that. Something's wrong with me. And you're going to feel disappointment. You bet you're going to feel disappointment. So please, just be kinder to yourself. Cut yourself some slack and be honest about your abilities right now. And set some realistic goals. Give up the expectation and attachment to stunning images just for a while and let your photography be what it is right now. There is no shame in that. Invest in yourself by learning and practicing techniques like exposure, focal length, depth of field, composition. All these can be practiced anywhere, in the living room, the garden, the car park at work, in your lunch break. And the really cool thing is that as you practice these things and you learn how to control your photography, those exciting images that we all crave will start to come along on their own. I absolutely promise you that. Now, I am not saying in any way don't challenge yourself. I want to be very clear about this. Challenges are great. They help us grow, they help us learn more, achieve more, and consequently feel good about ourselves. Set yourself challenges that will lead you to become more fulfilled and are aligned with a commitment to improving your photography. Allocate time each week to learn a technique. Maybe a lunchtime challenge like 5 long lens photos in my place of work. Then do a wide lens image challenge the next day. Use your imagination and you'll see the possibilities are endless. So in a nutshell, my 3 steps to avoiding disappointment are: 1. Be honest with yourself about your abilities and skills as they are now. 2. Stop comparing your photos with the work of experienced photographers who are displaying the very pinnacle of their achievement. And 3. Set tough goals by all means, but set appropriate goals for your skill level, goals that are achievable so you feel good about yourself. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified each time we upload one of our cool photography videos, or for more great photo tips, workshops and training, come and see us at our website, photographycourses.biz.